The featherweight title between two ambitious fighters with similar records, Andy Townend and Craig Poxton. Nick Halling and Jim Watt in commentary after our Master of Ceremonies, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Sheffield Arena here in the great still city of Sheffield. Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Sport proudly presents a night of championship boxing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment and the viewers joining us here live on Sky Sports and the millions joining us around the world, it's time for 10 rounds of boxing for the English Super Featherweight Championship. Sponsored here by William Hill, StubHub, Scott's Menswear, the Scarborough Group, and WeBuyAnyHouse.com. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Supervisor Alistair Hayes, our timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Andrew East, and our three scoring judges, Howard Foster, Steve Gray, and Dave Paris. And when the bell rings and the action begins, the man in the middle, the man in charge, is Mr. Michael Alexander of Doncaster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the challenger, fighting out of the red corner wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold and green. He weighed in at 9 stone, 2 pounds, 7 ounces with a 12-fight record, 9 wins, 1 inside the scheduled distance, and just 3 defeats. He comes to the ring as the official challenger for the English Super Featherweight Championship from LcStovall, Craig Poxton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the champion. He's fighting out of the blue corner wearing the white trunks trimmed with red and gold. Weighed in at 9 stone, 3 pounds, 5 ounces with an 18-fight record, 15 wins, 10 inside the scheduled distance and 3 defeats. He is the reigning and defending English Super Featherweight Champion of the Fighting Pride of Barnsley, Yorkshire, England. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the champion, the KO Kid, Andy Townend. So time to get the action underway then. 10 rounds of boxing for the English Super Featherweight Championship.
You both know the rules, so let's just have a good clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times, all right? Just gloves. Keep playing.
Good way to start the show, this. Andy Townend defending his English Super Featherweight title for the 2nd time. A man known as the KO Kid. He's on a pretty good streak. Can he keep it going against Craig Poxton of LcStovall? Townend looking to immediately rip in an uppercut. He does wing him in from all angles, Townend. He's got realiest power.
Well, Townend certainly the one with the power. He'll be looking to make an early impression, maybe dent whatever confidence that Poxton brings in. Poxton, nice boxer, but maybe too many 4-rounders in the 12 fights that he's had. So I'm wondering, he's only been over the longer distance once in a losing fight. Oh, that's a good solid shot there from Townend.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, that losing effort you're talking about was against George Jupp. That was a 10-rounder for the Southern Area title. 97-95, that one finished in favour of Jupp. It was a good fight. Steffi Bull, who is the trainer of Andy Townend, actually watched that and thought that Poxton had done enough to win. There's a good camaraderie between these two camps. They know each other well. They know each other's fighters very well. They're both extremely respectful of each other's abilities. And again, Townend really looking to go to work early here. Poxton just popping in a little right hand to the body there just to let Townend know that he's around and he's not going to be bullied out of this. But Townend going to work early.
Doing well with the jab as well, Townend. I mean, they're exchanging punches here and there, but that jab of Townend is looking solid. I think Poxton is trying to spring a little surprise. Most people thought he'd be on the move. Boxing on the back foot, he's trying to take it to Townend. So, like the way this one's shaping up.
The Poxton jab, not too shabby either. Went to school with Anthony Gogo. Craig Poxton. Oh, beautiful! He looked for it early. And then at the second attempt, he landed it beautifully. And Poxton in his own corner, heavily down. Now he's got 40-odd seconds to try and get through here because Townend really landed flush there.
Well, Townend is used to finishing people. Yep, got it again.
And he's just going to try and buy some time and survive here, Poxton. The legs look very unsteady. Michael Alexander having a look at him. He needs this bell badly. 20 seconds left. Can Townend get this finished inside a round? The KO Kid looking to live up to his name, and he's done it. Stomped all over. 3 knockdowns inside a round. Stunning from Andy Townend.
Well, that was pretty sensational stuff. In defence of your title, he came out with one thing on his mind. Every punch he threw had been intentions. His jab was solid. Now and again, he didn't mind exchanging jabs with Poxton because he reckoned he was the one with the power. And that's pretty much how it turned out at the end up. But the punch, the uppercut that caused the first knockdown, what a beautiful punch it was.
Oh, wasn't it?
And the cutest punch, the smartest punch, if you like, I've ever seen this young man throwing. He's not known for his subtlety, but that punch was so well delivered, and the job was half done from that point on.
Well, absolutely brilliant stuff there from Andy Townend. Both camps thought this would be a long fight. Andy Townend had other ideas. I mean, this guy's on a tear-up. Steffi Bull said he's knocking out people that he shouldn't be stopping. Gavin McDonald there, one of his stablemates, Lee Appleyard in there with him. All smiles, but he's been knocking over the likes of Sean Masher Dodd, Lee Glover, Lee Connolly. And once that one landed, and he'd looked for it inside the first few seconds, remember, Jim, but once that landed, you knew Poxton could do nothing but try and survive.
Yeah, and it's a punch that he's worked at. You can see the way, you know, he opened up with the jab, moved in behind it. It was quite wide, the uppercut, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Poxton didn't see it coming, and that just really knocked the fight out of Poxton. When he got up, showed the courage you expect from a fighter, but his legs never recovered from that. I mean, that was a finisher. I mean, each time he was on the floor, to his credit, he got back up again. But what a punch that was. That would have finished most people. That was a beautiful punch.
Absolutely stunning. And as you say, Poxton, to his enormous credit, got up, but he just couldn't handle those right hands.
Yeah, and maybe with a bit more experience. I said too many 4-rounders in his dozen fights. Maybe with a bit more experience, he would have survived. He would have known they were heading towards the end of the round. Just do whatever's necessary to get back to the corner and get the head clear. But he was trying to fight back. His defences had been scattered. So, unfortunately, from the time he got up from the uppercut, he did all the wrong things, which gave Townend the chance to finish the job. And Townend is a good finisher. You look at his record, that tells you that. And every punch, a finisher. Again, courage, he's up, but look at the legs.
Yeah.
And with the last knockdown, really, he was blitzed to the floor. Yep, I mean, the way he collapsed there. But again, trying to get back up again, but no way could that be allowed to continue. Terrific performance from Townend.
And Townend, you know, he's got the English super featherweight title. He'd already won the Central Area title, defended that as well. But on the form he's in, how long before he's knocking on the door of the Commonwealth or the British title? Liam Walsh currently owns both of those, but Townend has got to be a major player at the domestic super featherweight division now. It's just impossible to ignore him after that. A hug from Steffi Bull. The KO Kid lives up to his nickname, and how.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Andrew East has recorded a time of 2 minutes and 48 seconds of the first round. Referee Michael Alexander has stopped the contest with Poxton in no position to continue. Therefore, your winner, And still the English super featherweight champion from Barnsley, Andy the KO Kid Townend.
Well, good to see Graham Everett leading the applause for Andy Townend from Poxton's corner. They've done a lot of work together, and I remember Graham Everett saying to me in the build-up to this one, he said, the thing is with Townend, he's very adaptable, he's comfortable with any style, and he's got real power. Well, we saw that, and it's a very, very exciting future for a man who turns 27 next month. Now he's in the peak of his career, got a full-time job up the road in Barnsley with a car manufacturer. They give him time off for the last 3 weeks to prepare for his fights, so his relationship is very good. But you look at someone like Andy Townend, you look at the development. This is a man who lost over 10 rounds to Rendell Monroe not that long ago, back in September 13, I think it was. Learned so much from that fight, and he's really putting that into play. That is 9 in a row now for Andy Townend, 7 inside the distance. He's getting better and better. And how long before he gets a shot at British or Commonwealth titles, or even both? Let's hear from the man who's just defended his English super featherweight title with Andy Scott.
Andy, congratulations, still English super featherweight champion. Talk us through that explosive performance.
Yeah, well, been a long camp. I've been in camp since Boxing Day. I went over to train with his training coach. Well, his
apologies for language, I know you're emotional. Over in Tenerife.
Yeah, in Tenerife, like, and enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed it tonight. A lot different compared to Leeds. I've calmed down. I was all giddy at Leeds and calmed down tonight and experienced it all.
Getting used to the big occasion. 3 highlight reel knockouts. Let's have a look at them. Talk us through it. Are you surprised that you got up from this first knockdown?
Yeah, I am. Take the truth, I didn't even know I flew it, like, but yeah, it's a nice thing, that.
Is that a shot you've been working on particularly?
Yeah, we've been on it, but normally I left up fellas, like, but it didn't on that one. So,
as I say, a surprise that you got up from that. Let's have a look at the second knockdown.
That's the left hook.
Yeah, that's the left hook, like, but didn't go. So,
how difficult is it to stay composed?
it is difficult. I learned from the best. Like I said, Rendell Monroe when I boxed him, and I went out in 7th round. I thought I had him out. I wobbled him, and I blew my out and knackered for the last 3 rounds. But
that's the finish there. 6 out of 8 knockouts before tonight. Do you feel that you're punching harder than ever?
Yeah. I've always punched hard, always in amateurs and that, but I'm punching harder now. Makes it a lot more bit different when I've got, like, it's like pot and 8-ounce gloves on, like, but yeah.
Just briefly, do you want to move up now towards British level?
Yeah, British and Commonwealth, I want to move on, yeah. So, go back to the drawing board, go back to the gym and see what happens.
The KO Kid by name, the KO Kid by reputation. Now, let's have a word with your manager and promoter, Steffi Ball. Would you be happy for him to move up now towards the Lonsdale belt sort of level?
Well, without a doubt. I mean, this tonight were Andy's 3rd actual English title fight. Before that, he won an eliminator. Before that, remember, when he won Central Area title, he knocked a very good Sean Dodd out. This kid, you know, he's got to be mandatory. He's mandatory for Commonwealth. He's won an eliminator, but 3 English title fights, beating kids like Sean Dodd, who are very good, respectable kids. He deserves his shot now, and we're more than ready. We've worked very hard. It's been a long slog. There's nobody who works harder in gym, and he's the most improved fighter that I've had over the last few years, without a doubt, and he deserves a big fight. We're ready.
You mentioned Leeds there, where it was a big occasion, first time in front of the Sky cameras. You did it in your career, which wasn't so long ago. How difficult is it when the first time you're in front of the cameras, the big audience and the big venue?
It's massive. The small things, like he never experienced staying out the night before, you know, experienced being away from his family. He's got a young family. Tonight he was so settled. First time in Leeds, he was like a rabbit in an headlight. He got a nasty cut in first round he had to deal with, but this kid's got freakish power. You tell me another fighter in Britain that's not got as good KO ratio as this kid at these lighter weights. He puts kids to sleep, kids who don't get stopped. Remember tonight, Poxton, he lost by a couple of points to a very good George Jupp who beat Mitchell Smith. He just outed him in first round. I mean, his power's freakish in my opinion.
Well done, it was great to watch.
Cheers, thank you.